Well, Jimmy, I need you to do something. Take a look at that bowl on the table. You know, we look at it all the time, but have you ever wondered how it's made?
Honest to goodness, I really do, because of the colors and yeah. Honestly, I really do.
All right, well, believe it or not, pieces similar to this one are made right here on Delmarva, but they're made by hand. In fact, at Salisbury University, you can actually get a degree in glass blowing. So I had to go check out the studio, something I found out is a true Delmarva treasure.
When Riley Greenwood of Salisbury enrolled at Salisbury University, he had one plan.
I came to try out for the football team and also to be a physical therapist.
But an injury sent him in a different direction, one that led him to the Salisbury University glass blowing studio. He says football and glass blowing actually have a lot in common.
I like the danger factor that's kind of involved. It keeps me on my toes all the time. So without playing sports now because of my injuries, I like keeping up with, you know, something physical. I mean, I'm competitive, but I'm like in here, I'm competitive with myself. I'm constantly pushing myself to do bigger and better stuff.
Riley is one of 55 students who either take the class as an art elective or, like Riley, major in glass blowing.
Most of our students are taken from all over the university.
Stephen DeRoe is head of the glass program and says SU is lucky to have the studio.
This kind of program is very rare. We have, as far as I know, Salisbury University is the only one in the state of Maryland that offers glass as a degree track.
And unlike most art, creating glass art takes a team effort.
All your professional glass blowers have a team that works with them alone, and they all work off of each other and vibe off of each other.
Riley and his crew are making a cane piece, which means it will be striped with 2 colors. So he starts out with a row of glass color rods, heating them to a workable temperature. The cane pieces are then fused with what's called the color. The process may seem chaotic, but not to Riley.
As hectic and as crazy as it is in here, it's just so calming for me because I forget about everything outside of the glass studio when I'm working with the material. It's awesome.
At no point does Riley stop moving the piece, and all the while he's spinning, he and his team are also measuring, manipulating, and blowing all in what looks like a well-choreographed dance.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them to melt in right now, and I'm also trying to correct my shape so I can gather clear glass on top of this to encase the color.
The clear glass is gathered from another furnace. Once the clear glass is gathered, it's back to more spinning and blowing.
Filling the piece with air so it expands, and then you don't want to do it too much because I'm just going for a certain shape right now because you have to have a certain shape to gather on.
Riley and the team now focus on the neckline of the piece, and we see more teamwork here. As one blows, the other uses wooden paddles to protect Riley's arms.
Turn, 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 turn.
Then comes a crucial point where the piece is transferred from one blow rod to another. Once that happens, they can open up the top of the piece.
Blow. Puff, 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 puff.
What's amazing is that even at this point, Riley doesn't have the completed project in focus.
I'm gonna see what happens. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. Glass kind of has a mind of its own, so as a gaffer, you know, as a glass blower, you're kind of working with a material that wants to do its own thing. So you can only do so much with a glass, but the stuff that you can do is incredible.
The next critical point comes when they finally remove the piece from the blow rod.
All right, let's get this thing off of here.
One more spin in the furnace and into the annealer. This is where the glass is slowly cooled.
It'll be in there for about 12 hours.
Riley says each day he spends in the studio, he learns something new.
You're a student of the game, you know, the game of glass blowing until the day you stop blowing glass.
And he hopes every day forward will be the same.
Yeah, I would love to own my own studio, but I really want to teach glass. That's like my main thing. I want to get my master's in glass blowing and then eventually teach at the college level, because it's not as much of me making art as it is the fact that I can expand other people's knowledge.
Riley fears that the art of glass blowing is a dying one, But with his enthusiasm to expand the art and Salisbury University's unique program, we consider both to be a Delmarva treasure.
And the glass blowing studio has been at Salisbury University for about 17 years. And this year, some of the equipment was upgraded, including a brand new furnace. And it's a nice place to be on a cold day, just saying.
That's absolutely remarkable.
Yeah.
I had no idea how much was involved.
And as you saw, Riley certainly knows what he wants out of his college experience. He certainly told us. Still ahead on Delmarva Life, being away from home can be challenging for new or even repeat college students. Up next, we speak with WBOC's Karen Campbell about college students looking for that tie that binds.
And a little bit later on, if your kids are a little younger, you will want to hear what this guy has to say. Toy guru Chris Byrne gives us a sneak peek of what toys are going to be hot in 2014.
One thing that's hot at my house, guacamole. A little later, Rachel Ray shares her tips on how to turn your avocados into the classic dip. But first, we want you to be part of our studio audience. To book your seat, just visit delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab. There on the right side of the page is the ticket tab under For Our Audience, or you can give us a call. The number 443-880-9116. It's so much fun. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.